Hello everyone and welcome back to IxSHE Tell, Yoshino's Route. In the last episode, we met Yoshino's mom and little brother. It was a pretty good meeting overall. Seems like we'll get along with them just fine. Although we continue to embarrass Yoshino, a lot of that's her own fault though. I do wonder if we're ever going to actually meet her dad. But I guess we'll see. Eventually, or not, I don't know. When we finally leave the hourglass, the wind had grown chilly, and the sky had become dyed red with evening hues. Looks like we stayed a bit longer than we'd planned to. It's been nearly 4 hours since we arrived at the cafe. They say time flies when you're having fun, but it really had disappeared in the blink of an eye.
今日は元気な吉野の姿も見れたし、楽しかったわ。二宮くんも、よかったらまたお話ししましょうね。
Are you flirting with me, Yoshino's mom? Of course. In the meantime, I'll try to discover more of Yoshino's cute sides that we can discuss.
そんなところ、やすやすと見せるわけないでしょ?
Too late. You are right now.
それでもどうしても見たいって言うなら、私を思いっきり可愛がることね。
Finally, she's being honest. Oh, wait, it slipped out. I didn't mean it.
いや、今のは違う。
But it was too late. They had seen everything.
お兄さん、お姉ちゃんみたいな子が彼女でいいの？みたいなとか言うな!
Don't worry. She can be a bit of an airhead, but I like that side of her too.
ちょっとだけ素直じゃないところもあるけど、改めて、どうかこれからもよろしくお願いします。
I'm just imagining her as a child at her birthday or another holiday where you receive gifts. It's just like, oh, it's exactly what I wanted, but I can't be excited about it. I'll do my best. I want Yoshino to rely on me more as well.
だからそこの間で綺麗に話をまとめようとしない！
Keep up.
というか、ほら、そろそろバスの時間でしょ？忘れ物ない？
Her mom and little brother check their pockets to make sure they have everything. If anything, Yoshino looks like their mother here. I'm shocked. You mean she's like this at home too?
大丈夫よ。あなたこそ、二宮くんに迷惑かけちゃダメよ。
I think it's safe to say that we won her mother over.
わかってるわよ。お姉ちゃん、またね！しっかりお母さんの手伝いやるのよ。私がいないからってサボったら許さないんだからね。大丈夫！真剣尻はどりの修行だと思って頑張る！
Remember, isometric butt clenches.
それはやめなさい。
Good luck with your training, little buddy.
煽るな！
Why not? Come on, let it go. Their bus is here.
もう。
それじゃ、二人とも気をつけて帰ってね。
またねー！
Goodbye. I hope you have a safe trip back home.
まあ、もう、帰ったらちゃんと連絡ちょうだいよ。
はいはい。あなたもね。
Wait, but if you both try to call each other at the same time, you'll just get busy signals. Yoshino's mother and little brother climb aboard, and the bus doors close behind them. They wave goodbye to us through the window, and we wave back as the bus departs. You've got a great family.
それは否定しないけど。
Why do you sound so depressed about it?
こっちはなんだか、どっと疲れが出てきたわ。
Yeah, they did tease you a whole lot. Still, I'm sure Yoshino was having as much fun as I was. I can't believe you lied, though.
あの話？
You know, about not being able to meet with your mom the first time. About your mom wanting to meet me.
それはその…
You're not getting off that easy.
怒った？
Nah, I'm glad you did in the end. I think she and I hit it off really well today. But mostly, it made me really happy to know that you wanted to show me off to your mom. You did, didn't you?
わかったわよ。最悪そこは認めるわよ。
We're finally whittling her down.
でも、だからって、私たちのことをあんなにいろいろ話す必要ってあったの？
Well, look, I'm sure she's curious to know how you're doing over here.
そういうの 余計なお世話っていうのよ。
That's your mom, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure moms are allowed to be nosy. It's kind of their prerogative as moms. But your mom seemed to really enjoy hearing about you.
私が恥ずかしいの。
You tell her about all sorts of things that happen at school anyways, don't you? What's the difference?
変わるわよ。主に私のメンタル的な部分で。
She can be so sensitive about the strangest things.
まったく。ほら、私たちも帰りましょう。
There's still a bit of time before curfew. Why don't we take a detour on the way back?
そうね。はじめがどうしてもって言うなら、いいけど。
Twist her arm, why don't I? She feigns indifference, but I can see her shooting me furtive glances in the corner of her eye. You know what? Maybe we should go straight home instead.
なんで？そこはどうしてもって言ってくれるところじゃないの？
It's getting a bit chilly since the sun is starting to set and all. Plus, you'll catch a cold if we stay out too long.
ぐぬ。そんな風に言われたら、おとなしく帰るしかないじゃない。
So here's what I'll do instead. I pull her close and wrap my arms around her in a tight hug. This should warm you up.
バカ。また騙された。
It's a talent. I didn't trick you. I didn't say we're going home, did I?
それをへりくつって言うの？
Maybe I am. Still, you don't seem to mind me hugging you. Seeing her smile is reward enough for me. While snuggling up close to one another, we decide to take a small walk around town before returning to the dorm. But we don't get to see that. Just a transition screen. And the dorm, from the outside.
お母さんたちも無事に着いて、ヨシオもさっき寝たところだって。
Yoshino tells me she's been chatting with her mom over the phone after calling her to let her know we'd arrived safely at the dorm. Though it's already past 11 p.m., she had asked me to come to the lounge to talk. Yeah, he seemed to be having as much fun as you were this afternoon. I bet he was tired.
私、そんなにはしゃいでた？
It seemed like you were. At least 1.5 times more than usual.
微妙にわかりづらい基準ね。
No, oddly specific would be 1.25. I'm only telling it like it is. She really was happy. So, what did you want to talk about? It's pretty late.
ちょっと。
What's up? She snuggles up closer, resting her head on my shoulder. Want to cuddle? Feeling homesick?
ホームシックとは違うかな。甘えたいのはそうなんだけど。
Alright, I can't argue with that.
ねえ、はじめ。今日は本当にありがと
Where's this coming from all of a sudden?
う。だって、本当はお母さんが会いたがってるっていうのは嘘だったじゃない？そんな嘘にはじめも付き合わせちゃったから。
Until I spilled the beans. Oh, that. Well, you're welcome. You don't have to apologize anymore.
ありがとう。でもね、きっとお母さん、本当に私のことを心配してくれてたと思うの。だからどうしても、こっちでも私は大丈夫だよ、元気にやってるよって見てほしくて。今日ははじめのおかげで、そんなお母さんを安心させてあげることができたと思う。
That's great. As long as I've known her, Yoshino's always been a terrible liar. But today, I hadn't even realized that she'd lied to me. I'm sure that's because deep down, she truly wanted to reassure her mother she was doing well.
というわけで、そんなはじめには何かお礼を。
Oh, really? It's fine, really. I had a lot of fun today, too. That's enough of a reward.
お礼をって思ったんだけど、実は何も用意してなくて。
Why do I have the sneaking suspicion that there's a white screen around the corner? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
ごめんね。だから、
Mm-hmm.
こんなのお礼じゃないって思われちゃうかもしれないけど。
You're gonna say this might not seem like much of a reward and then do that? Okay.
始めさえ良ければ、私のこと好きにしていいよ。
What? No man alive would not have the same reaction hearing that. We're still in the lounge, you know. Are you sure about this, Yoshino? Rewarding me with this kind of way is sort of... You don't have to force yourself.
ほんと、無理はしてないよ。してないけど。
Yoshino?
はじめ、私に我慢しなくていいって言ってくれたよね。
Oh no, all of the repressed feelings are going to come pouring out.
私を笑顔にしてくれるって。
I did say that.
だから、今日はすごく嬉しい気持ちでいっぱいだったよ。でも、はじめとはそんなにイチャイチャできなかったから。
True.
はじめので、もっと嬉しい気持ちでいっぱいにして。
I mean, it's not like the parental meeting went poorly. It went pretty well, but who's gonna say no to this? I can't take this anymore. I can't wait any longer.
私の部屋、行こう。
Lead on. Straight into the salt bunny. Yoshino leads me by the hand up the stairs, through the silent hall, and into her room.
はじめ。
As soon as she locks the door, she throws herself into my arms.
好き。大好き。
I love you too, Yoshino. Our lips naturally find each other's, and we exchange soft kisses again and again. I can't get enough. Kiss me more, Yoshino. Alright. It'd be a lot better if Salt Bunny wasn't staring out of the corner.
はじめ。
Yoshino.
いいよ。
Seriously, can we throw a blanket over him or something at least? Go away. Alright, much better. Dots. Extended darkness. And a transition. Whoa, that must have been a heck of a scene. Ah, Salt Bunny came back. How much did we miss? Good morning. Yoshino and I walking to school together has become a natural sight for all of the students at this point. A number of whispers had followed in our wake a few days after my school-wide confession. But most of that has stopped by now, and students have gone back to greeting us like normal.
山吹さん、おは。
おはよう。
Man, they probably think we're inseparable. We spend most of the day together since we're in the same class, and even back at the dorm, she and I usually hang out in the lounge. Now that I think about it, while we don't often get much alone time, Yoshino is pretty much always by my side.
ねえ、ちょっと疑問というか、気になってることがあるんだけど。
What is it?
私たちが付き合うようになってから、冷やかされたりしたことないわよね。
Oh no, we pushed too far. She's been conditioned to always expect teasing from everyone, all the time. Well, that social studies teacher did tease us a bit. Aside from him, though, I guess not. But what's wrong with that?
いや、どうかしたっていうか。
It just feels unnatural.
もっとこう、デートってどこに行ったの？キスはもうした？とか、そういう冷やかしがあってもいいんじゃない？先生じゃなくて、先輩や後輩、ましてやクラスメートにすらまともな冷やかしを受けてないし。
That's because they've all seen you when you're mad, and it's very scary. In other words, she wants the people around us to acknowledge our relationship. Seems like Yoshino has a surprisingly girly side to her. Isn't that better for you, though? You always wind up getting embarrassed when people tease you.
ちょっとした憧れっていうか、願望というか。
Make up your mind, girl.
恥ずかしがりながらも、のろけてみんなからキャーって言われてみたいのよ。別に私たちが揃ってる時以外でも、聞いてくれたりしてもいいじゃない。
I feel like she'd just turned bright red and run the other direction, though. Yeah. Based off of what we've seen, that seems to be her default reaction. Well, we can't exactly just go around asking people to tease us, so I guess we just gotta wait.
二宮おっす。
Hey there.
はじめ、おはよ
Morning, Shiori. After entering the classroom and exchanging a few hellos with my classmates, I sit down at my seat. For my part, I try to think of some reason why people wouldn't be teasing us. One immediately comes to mind. Following that school-wide broadcast and Yoshino's reaction to it, maybe everyone's just trying to be considerate. Hey, Shiori, can I ask you something?
う。何？
I don't mean to sound overly self-conscious or anything, but, I've noticed that no one's been teasing us about our relationship at all, and I was kinda curious what the reason for that might be.
冷やかされたいの？
Not me. Oh, sorry. This is more specifically about Yoshino.
山吹さんが？
Apparently. When I repeat to her what Yoshino had told me earlier, her mouth opens wide in surprise. But then she smiled sympathetically.
おはようございます。お二人で何の話ですか？
Kasumi, you're the perfect person for this.
山吹さんが冷やかされたいんだって。
Supposedly, it's been something she's always wanted to experience. So, yeah. I was wondering if there's any particular reason people haven't been teasing us.
よくわかりませんが、あれと関係あるんでしょうか？
That? Can you elaborate on what that is? That as in...
あれを見たら冷やかす気も失せるっていうか。
Was it Salt Bunny? Did he get to you too? What are you all talking about? Oh, look at her face. She's so happy. Huh. What's she doing over there? Following Shiori's gaze, I see Yamabuki sitting in her seat and staring at her phone while giggling gleefully. Maybe she's just looking at pictures of cats, but that smile of hers is so wide that it's almost obscene. I don't know, that's how my wife looks at pictures of cats too.
あれ、はじめの写真見てるんだよ。
Seriously?
後ろからチラッと見えちゃって、声かけたら慌てて否定されちゃったけど。
And then she closes the picture and she opens it back up and she's just like, Don't tell me she's been doing this on a regular basis.
はい、ここ最近は頻繁に。
Well, that's embarrassing for me. That's pretty embarrassing in a lot of ways. Oh, the smile's gone now.
あれはきっと賢者モード。
Sage mode, what?
一定時間はじめの写真を見ることによって、彼女は真面目になれるみたい。
What, is this like a Zen thing for her? What kind of meditation technique is that?
嘘。多分見られてるって思ったんじゃない？
Alright.
山吹さんって周りを気にしてる割には抜けてるところありますよね。
Gee, I hadn't noticed. Still, even though she's wiped the smile off her face, her eyes are glued to that phone screen. There, it's back. What's she doing now, Shiori?
ただの変態モードじゃない？
Okay, is this something that Yamabuki came up with, or are you all just designating these modes? Actually, the fact that this happens on a regular enough basis that she has a pattern says everything. That's kind of rude, don't you think?
だって山吹さんについてははじめの方が詳しいでしょ。
Oh, you know I do. Well, that is true. But I've never witnessed this sort of behavior out of her before.
なので皆さんきっと温かい目で見守っているのではないでしょうか。
Right. That's certainly a very fitting way of putting it. Still, I should probably give her a heads up.
気をつけてね。
Why, does she have an attack mode? Relax, she's not gonna bite me in front of everybody. Hey, Yoshino?
はじめ、何どうしたの？
She jumps with fright when I call her name, hurriedly hiding her phone. If she doesn't want people seeing her doing this, then why is she doing it in a crowded classroom? What you looking at on your phone? Whatever it is must be pretty interesting.
それはチンパンジーよ。
A what? You're really gonna go with a chimpanzee of all Okay. I'm gonna be really upset with you if I look at that and it's a picture of me.
じゃあ違う動物だから。
Oh, if she says baboon, it's gonna be so much worse. She basically just confirmed that it's a picture of me. Come on, Yoshino. Cut the act and tell me the truth.
脅しもしないくせに私がそう簡単に白状すると思う？
Do you want to be threatened? Fine then. Until you tell me the truth, I'm giving you the cold shoulder.
そんな脅しに屈するわけには。いや、でも冷たくされたら悲しいし。
Didn't even have to do anything. You sure about that? I won't walk home with you for an entire week if I have to. I really don't want it to have to come to that, but something has to be done about this before it becomes an even bigger problem.
こちらでございます。
Well, that was easy. Thank you. Yoshino hands me her phone, and on the screen, I see a photo of me from when I gave my big speech. Dang, you were right. That's one cute little chimp.
ごめんってば、はじめはすっごくかっこいいから。
Man, why was she even looking at this picture in the first place?
お願い、それはもう手に入らないデータなの。誰にも配らないから消さないで。
What do you mean you can't get this picture anymore? I wasn't planning to. Where exactly did she get this picture anyways? My fan club! I just wanted to know why you were staring at it so intently.
これは、朝だけだとくっつき足りないし、せめて写真でくっつきたい欲求を抑えようと。
I mean, I know we're in the classroom, but you could still hang out in close proximity to me. Then why didn't you just come over and say so?
だって、そうしたらはじめを独り占めしちゃうし、バカップルになるかなって。
Fair point. I doubt anyone would object to us simply talking to each other. This seems like a good moment to address the thing that's been bothering Yoshino. So listen, I've been watching you for a while now, and I think maybe the reason no one has the heart to tease you is because of the face you make when looking at my picture.
そんなバカな。嘘よね。
No, not this time.
はじめ、みんなが一瞬で目をそらした。
It's time to face reality.
みんな、私たちの関係気にならないの？それ聞いて冷やかしたくないの？
I think it's pretty obvious.
いや、なんつうか、見てるだけで十分っていうか。
You see, even the eyeless mooks can tell what's happening.
俺らがそういうの聞くとしたら会長の方に行くしな。
I'm sorry, I'm just more approachable. That's why I won the election. That's understandable. Guys have an easier time talking to other guys, after all. It might seem like they had ulterior motives if they went out of their way to ask Yoshino. Yeah, that's very true.
あんな風になってて冷やかしたら放課後までのろけ地獄から逃がしてくれなそうだし。そんな。あ、でも二宮くんからならいろいろ聞いてみたいかも。
I need an adult. Why me?
だよね。 会長ってその辺の加減分かってそうだし、こっちものろけで胸焼けしなくて済みそう。
You would think that, but just ask the rest of the potential suitors. Actually, I guess everyone in school that's of the female persuasion, and probably some of the guys are all suitors. Potentially.
これが信頼の差なの。
I think it has less to do with trust and more to do with how hard it is talking to you.
でも見てるだけでも仲睦まじくしてるのが伝わってるのってすごいわよね。あれ
You're embarrassing yourself perfectly fine on your own.
これが原因だったというの？
It's no fun. You take all of the fun out of it because you do it to yourself. Someone's a bit slow on the uptake. Come on, don't be glue! There was a time when I wasn't sure what I'd do if another guy tried to make a move on Yoshino. But from the look of things, I have nothing to worry about. While that's certainly a relief, I can't help but pity Yoshino a little. Yeah.
IxSHE Tell.
She has good intentions. But she always ends up sabotaging herself in the end. After homeroom comes to an end, a light chatter fills the room as our classmates begin heading out the door. I walk over to Yoshino's desk so we can go to the student council room. Come on, Yoshino, let's get going.
今日ってあんまり仕事なかったわよね。
As long as Mimirin sensei doesn't add to our workload, we should be able to wrap things up pretty quickly. Huh? My phone. It's Hakuwa.
そういえば連絡するの忘れてたわね。
Hello?
会長、今どこっすか？山吹先輩もいないし、こっち大変なんすよ。
Wait a minute, hang on. I read that right. What could she want? Alright, that's what I thought. It's like... That caught me off guard. I was thinking, Hakua's not a girl. Or did Rule 63 kick in? Wait, what happened? We didn't have any important appointments scheduled for today, did we?
それが風紀委員や美化委員が予算の相談に来てて。
Oh no, not the groundskeeping committee. They're always going after those gophers and making holes and everything.
会計はミミリン先生に拉致られるし、一人じゃ対処しきれないっすよ。
But I suck at math. Alright, just hang in there. I'm on my way. I'll bring Yamabuki along too.
よろしくお願いします。
Sounds like there is work waiting for us after all.
そうね。
When I glance at her, she flashes me a cheerful grin in return. Her smile's infectious. I can't help but smile back. The smile alone gives me the energy to get through any amount of work. With that thought in mind, the two of us make our way to Hakua's rescue. Here we come to save the day. I'm on a boat! No, I'm not. So how should I go about this? Although Yoshino and I have undeniably been spending a lot of our time together ever since we started going out, we've yet to do anything that qualifies as a date. What, was the meeting the parents thing not really a date? We'd bumped into each other in town the day after the Halloween party, then walked home together afterwards. Then white screen. But I'm talking about an actual date. One that we plan beforehand, where we go out and have fun the whole day. I hope she isn't going to be upset with me for waiting this long. Maybe I should just text her instead? I pull out my phone, feeling vaguely grateful to have been born in the convenient age of digital communication. I type out the words, "So, I was just thinking how we haven't gone on a proper date yet," before hitting send. Maybe I should have just straight up asked her, "Want to go on a date?" Probably. But the text is already on its way to her phone. Well, whatever. As long as she gets what I'm trying to ask. Oh, that was quick. Somebody's overexcited? I'm comf. Rigit now. Yeast. Why? That's a hell of a lot of typos. She must have been in such a hurry that she swiped the wrong letters on her keyboard, and I guess she has autocorrect turned off. That's not a mistake I'd expect from her, though. Did the word date get her excited or something? Of course. Who is it?
お邪魔するわよ。
I didn't mean right this second. I know you said you were coming, but how did you get here in like 10 seconds? Also, if you make that much noise, somebody's bound to see you.
それはごめん。
You could have just called me, you know?
こんな一大事、電話じゃダメよ。
Fair enough, I suppose. What are you talking about?
何って、はじめが遠回しに出れたのよ。あのメールって遠回しにデート行きたいってことでしょ？
Well, actually, yes. Shh, you're being too loud. But yes, I was thinking that it would be nice if we could go on a date. Though it's really not that big of a deal. Clearly it is to her. Not that big of a deal. She just starts shaking us rapidly. Trying to fan away some of her agitation, I sit her down on the sofa. Do you have a sofa? I pour her a cup of orange juice, but she downs it in one gulp.
それでデート？
Did you even taste the orange juice? If you're interested, we might want to come up with a plan first.
そんな、私にお伺いなんて立てなくてもいいのに。
Down, girl. Huh. She seems extremely gung-ho about this, to say the least. Then, how about we do some shopping in the morning? Eat some lunch at noon, do some walking after that, then go home.
全部適当じゃない。そんなの計画性のかけらもないわ。
Didn't you just say it was fine to do whatever? Don't be silly, Yoshino. What kind of boyfriend do you take me for?
じゃあ、実はしっかりデートプラン練ってくれてたの？
Define proper. Girl, I was a virgin until only a week ago or so. Do you really think I'd know how to plan a date?
なら初めからそう言いなさいよ。
You know what? Fair. I know, but just hear me out. The truth is, there are so many places I want to go that I can't decide. Since our town is a popular tourist destination, there are dozens of date spots in and around the area. I want to go somewhere that we'll both enjoy, but there are simply too many options to narrow down.
そうね。確かにデートで行ってみたいところはたくさんあるし。
Okay, I'm glad you agree. So I set up this dartboard. Don't mind all of the holes in the wall. I've been practicing. What kind of date would you prefer, Yoshino? It'll just be the two of us, so I'd like to hear your opinion as well.
どんな？
Roughly speaking, an indoor date? An outdoor date?
参考までに聞かせてもらいたいんだけど、はじめはどんなデートしたいの？
Oh no, we're going back and forth. It's going to turn into a loop. Me? I guess I wouldn't mind going shopping at the mall, or seeing a movie, or maybe visiting the aquarium, or an amusement park. If we were a little older, I might even suggest we go camping somewhere overnight.
なるほど。なんとなく想像通りだったけど、アクティブなデートがいいのね。
Really, I'm not that active. We could always chill in my room and watch a movie too. I'm more of an indoors guy myself anyway. Same.
そっか。
Definitely an indoor boy.
私もね、一緒におしゃれなカフェに入って、お互い頼んだものを食べさせ合ったり、
You thought this out.
夕焼けが綺麗なところを二人きりで眺めて、ロマンチックな雰囲気になってキスしたり。
That's exactly what I wrote in my diary that I keep in Salt Bunny's pouch. Shh. She closes her eyes, narrating her dream scenario with a rapturous expression. But since the days grow shorter at this time of year, we'd be hard-pressed for time if we wanted to watch the sunset by the sea.
それでデート中物陰に隠れてキスしたり、穴場スポットとかでイチャイチャしたり。
Okay, clearly I'm going to have to bring a squirt bottle.
最後に砂浜でお互いを求め合って。
Oh no, I'm drawing the line right there. You're gonna get sand in places you do not want. That is the sound you will make when you get sand in places you do not want. Despite the trouble we had deciding earlier, it looks like we both have our own ideal dates in mind. Putting aside all those specifics, I have a pretty good idea what Yoshino wants to do now. A few of those things overlap with what I want to do too, so this is starting to sound quite feasible. That last bit is definitely a no-go, but everything else in between sounded good to me. Is there anything else you want to do?
エッチなこと。
Okay, why? Oh, no, okay, hold on. Wait a second. That phrasing is innocent. What she actually said is not. Now I'm talking about the date.
デートとエッチってワンセットじゃないの？
Well, yes, but I don't think that's a direct translation. What kind of date would that be? That might be true for adults, but definitely not for us.
そもそも男子と二人きりで出かけたことなかったのに、デートなんてハードル高すぎるわよ。
Okay, as a side note, what have we been doing during the white screens? Because I have the feeling it isn't what I thought it was. And cuddling on the first date isn't? This is not cuddling. I'm not even sure where she got that idea from. Probably a manga or some TV drama, but that still seems a bit extreme even for those. What's so hard about going on a date? You already have a boyfriend.
二人でいるだけでもドキドキするのに、それがずっとなんて、そんな。
Forget the squirt bottle, we're gonna need a super soaker. Wait, no, that probably would be worse. Never mind. What are you talking about? We've already spent a ton of time alone together.
気持ちの問題なの。乙女心は繊細なの。
I feel like that's just her, not all women. Well, anyways, let's try to have a wholesome, family-friendly date that we won't be embarrassed to tell our friends about.
それだと普通すぎて飽きない？
Oh no, you mean you cuddled? Nah, just think of it like learning how to cook. If you try to improvise without learning things the right way, you'll end up ruining the dish. Since we're both beginners at this, we should start with a normal, standard date before branching out and doing other things.
そうね。確かに初めの言う通りの気がするわ。
Even though Yoshino says some strange things sometimes, I can tell she's being serious about this in her own way, so I should leave it at that. For now, at least. We ended up talking late into the night about the plan for our date.
IxSHE Tell.
What are we gonna do for the date? Other than cuddle. Man, I'm tired. Yoshino and I had agreed that meeting at a rendezvous point would make it feel more like a date, so we each left the dorm separately this morning. But when I arrived at the seaside park where we were to meet, there still wasn't any sign of her. We'd ultimately decided to take a shopping trip to a Victorian palace. Oh, to Victorian Palace. I was about to say, there's a Victorian palace on this island? And see a movie, or visit the arcade if we had time afterwards. There's still 20 minutes before the time we agreed on, so I guess it's only natural that she wouldn't be here. I've always heard that it's bad manners to keep a girl waiting, but maybe I still got here a bit too early. It's relatively warm out today, so I don't have a problem with waiting, but I should probably keep this in mind when it gets close to winter.
はじめ、お待たせ。
Whoa,
何よ。
you look good. I've never seen you wear that outfit before. You look 5 times cuter than usual. Not that you aren't normally cute.
デートなんだから当然よ。
Mission complete.
でも、褒めるなら、もっとこっちが喜ぶように褒めてほしいな。
You give me a hint? Oh, she's gotten pretty good at that. I feel so touched that you dressed up specifically for me today. Thanks, Yoshino. Alright.
どういたしまして。
My pulse begins to quicken as well, but I chalk it off to her fresh new look. Even I thought it was a pretty cheesy line, but I'm glad it made her happy. Ready to get going?
待って。一個だけ約束してほしいことがあるんだけど。
What's that?
もし知ってる人と会ったら、 生徒会の備品の買い出しってことにしてほしいの。
We were making so much progress, at least I thought we were. I refuse.
なんで？
Are you serious? Everyone already knows we're dating. What's there to hide?
それは恥ずかしいからであって、
I thought you wanted to be teased. Oh, so you find it embarrassing to be seen in public with me? I understand. I'm just an ugly little chimp.
いつまでそれ引っ張るのよ。二人きりが嫌なんじゃなくて、ほんと、舞い上がっちゃって恥ずかしいの。
I don't know why I said that like Patrick Star, but that's not the real problem.
あるわよ、主に私に。
Well, I honestly would have been pretty hurt if she had said she didn't want to be seen with me. But it's hard to keep myself from grinning. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying myself. I get that you're nervous and worried because this is our first date, but you're panicking way too much. Or is it because you're feeling too happy right now? I'm glad that you're thrilled to be with me, but I think you're overreacting.
そうやって私のこと分析するのやめてくれる？
You're just too easy to read, Yoshino. Come on, let's get going.
待って待って、心の準備がまだなの。
Get ready. Relax. You have plenty of time to get ready during our date. I'll bet you'll forget all about it once you start thinking about places you want to go, so let's use our time wisely.
昨日の私のバカ。もっと細かくプラン練ればよかった。
Well, you certainly came up with a plan. Feeling better now?
はい。
After buying Yoshino a bottle of tea to help calm her nerves, I plop myself down on the bench next to her. Seeing how agitated she is helps me keep things in perspective, but she's not the only one feeling shy. Why does thinking about this date make you so embarrassed?
逆になんでそっちはそんなに平然としてられるのよ。
Aha, I'm actually not. Well, one of us has to have it together, but I can't exactly tell her that. I'm just trying my best to take the lead today. As long as you act normally, you might even see me embarrassed from time to time.
別に恥ずかしがってるところを見たいわけじゃないんだけど。でもそうね。私も見られてるだけじゃフェアじゃないもの。
You kind of brought it on yourself, though.
決めたわ。私、今日初めのこと、絶対照れさせてあげるから。
That wasn't a challenge. She flashes me an invincible smile. That's totally not going to backfire on her. You really think you can manage that?
開き直った私は強いわよ。
You know what? I do believe that. Let's put that determination to the test then, shall we?
ええ、私の本気、見せてあげる。
With that, we get up from the bench, throw away her empty bottle, and set off toward Vic's. Oh, that's right, that's what Vic's stands for. I forgot. It's been a while. I think the last time it was brought up was on Ayaka's route. Here we are. Boy, it sure is packed here. Look at all these people.
今日って何かイベントってあったっけ？
We arrived at our destination to find them all far more crowded than usual. At a quick glance, the majority of the people walking about seem to be families as opposed to couples or young people. Oh, it's probably got something to do with that live-action superhero show happening in the square.
なるほど。確かに小さい子も結構いるわね。
Watch us run into her mother and little brother again. Here, give me your hand. You gotta hold hands on our date. Or is that too much for you to handle? Ba-dum-tsh.
いいわよ。つなぎましょう。恋人つなぎっていうの？あれはまだ照れが強いから、普通のつなぎ方でいい？
Fine by me. I can feel her tits. Her tits. As we link hands, the distance between us naturally shrinks, causing her breasts to brush against my elbow. Though the sensation is somewhat dulled by her bra, the thought of feeling her boobs through her clothing gets me more than a little excited.
どうかした？
Nothing. It's nothing. Holding hands just feels nicer than I expected, is all.
そうね。ドキドキするけど、心地いいというか。いいわね。
Totally. Wait, has she seriously not noticed? Doesn't it bother girls when their boobs touch other people? No, let's not jump to conclusions. Calm down. This could just be a trap.
人多いし、先にお昼食べちゃう？
Good idea. Given the amount of people, though, we should probably eat somewhere else. Oh, that was close. I almost let slip my embarrassment for a second.
なら、もう少ししたら商店街の方に行って食べよっか。
Sure thing. In the meantime, we can stroll around and do some window shopping.
そうしましょう。今日は何見よっかな。
You don't have anything in mind? I thought you were the one who wanted to come here.
デートといえばここっていう気がするし、デートじゃなくても十分楽しめるじゃない？
Your point. She walks ahead of me in high spirits. Looks like she really is getting serious today. Her face seems slightly flushed, but she's managing to keep her cool. Well, if you haven't decided where you want to go yet, why don't we go check out what movies are showing first?
その点は抜かりないわ。事前にチェック済みよ。
Oh, really? What are we seeing? She pulls out her phone, showing me a schedule of the movie theater's showtimes.
ざっくりだけど、アクション映画が2本、子供向けアニメ映画が1本に、ホラー映画が2本って感じね。
No romance movies? That's unusual.
それよりも意外ね。初めのことだから、私みたいにチェックして見る映画決めてると思ったのに。
I don't plan that far ahead. To be honest, I was going to, but then all that planning we did last night would have been for nothing. I would have suggested something if we couldn't decide, but I always thought the true fun of a date came from these spur-of-the-moment decisions.
ああ、なら余計なことしちゃったよね。
Nah. She stows her phone back into her bag with an awkward expression. Don't apologize. I know you did it for me. There's no right or wrong way to have a date. The important thing is that we have fun.
そうね。そういう楽しみ方も面白そう。なら映画じゃなくていろいろ洋服とか雑貨見てもいい？
Sounds good to me. Guess we better go this way then, right?
2階の東フロアにそういうお店が集まってるから。こっちの方はいつもと変わらないみたいね。
I'll have to take your word for it. This section is mostly women's clothing, so I don't come here very often. After riding up the escalator and walking a short distance, we arrive at the east floor of the building's second level. The west floor is where the men's clothes stores and the supermarket are located, and most of the guys there are usually accompanied by their girlfriends. I wonder if that's how we look to people around us. Hey, Yoshino, wanna try holding hands together like a real couple this time?
恋人？
Surprise!
その、はい。
We join our hands together, firmly intertwining our fingers. Whoa, this is something else. It feels like they're glued together. Actually, that might just be sweat.
そういう解説いらないから。
But who else is going to narrate the parts? Saren Prince isn't here. Her boobs aren't touching me this time. You know what? Maybe we should hold hands normally.
そっちから言い出したのにどうしたの？
I have reasons. I can't exactly tell her that I miss the feeling of her boobs. But why? Why don't they touch me when we link our fingers together? All right. Well, this is a little too embarrassing for me.
なんか怪しい。さっきまでそんな風になってなかったよね。
Liar. That is false. Why do girls always have such good intuition when it comes to stuff like this and nothing else?
こういう時ってどういう時よ？
You're just digging a hole, man. The truth is, I realized that I prefer holding hands the normal way.
ちゃんとはっきり言って。
I would, but we're in a public area, so...
エッチなこと？
It's something cuddle related, yes. Why is that always the first thought that pops into your mind? Well, she's not wrong. But you're right. I'm sorry, you're absolutely right.
だってお互いに挙動不審になるときってそういう時だし。
Don't be suspicious. You know me all too well.
まあ私も恋人つなぎはちょっと刺激が強いから仕方なくだからね。
Thank you. Seriously, thank you.
もうなんで手のつなぎ方で感謝されないといけないのよ。
This is one of the perks of being her boyfriend. And as a pervert, I couldn't be more appreciative. But I hope she doesn't find out, or she might not hold my hand anymore. I can't let that happen.
あそこのお店入ってもいい？
Alright. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
小物とか可愛いのがあるかなって。
The store she leads me to seems to be a shop that sells hats and other accessories. A lot of the items here have fairly simple, modest designs. I can tell at a glance why Yoshino was attracted to this place. Speaking of hats, though, I don't think I've ever seen you wear one.
帽子って似合う人と似合わない人いるじゃない？私は多分似合わない方だし。
We won't know until you try. But it is starting to get kinda cold this time of year. A knitted hat could help keep you warm, and I think it'd look pretty cute on you too.
ニット帽はちょっと女の子らしすぎない？
What's wrong with that? Well, you are a girl. Come on, just try it on. I want to see what you look like.
多分似合わないよ。
I'm just hoping for a CG. Already have one for this episode, but still.
ほら、似合わないでしょ？
Disagree. Actually, I disagree. It's got a simple elegance to it that I like. I can picture you perfectly wearing that while jogging in the summer with a t-shirt and rolled up sleeves.
何その褒め方？夏限定なの？
I mean, you could wear it whenever. Not necessarily. It's just got a very summerish vibe. You know, like those girls you see at the beach who wear hats with a t-shirt over their bikini.
そんな風に言われてやるわけないでしょ？なんか視線がエッチなんだけど。
No reason. Because your body is so sexy, Yoshino. Who wouldn't get excited imagining you in that?
こんなとこでそういうこと言わないでよ。
Well, I just did. Oops. I nearly forgot. Forget nearly, I did. What about that hat? It could work, in my opinion.
これは？
It's like a hunting cap. Yeah, that's something.
これっておじいちゃんとかが被ってるようなやつじゃないの？
Or a Victorian newspaper seller. True. Still, that doesn't mean it can't look good on a young person. In fact, I think it looks pretty good on you.
またまた。そうやって私をおだてたって何も出ないわよ。
I disagree. You're surprised at how good it looks on you too, aren't you?
違うから、そんなこと思ってないって。
Come on, look in the mirror. It looks great on you. Seriously.
そんなことない。これは私にはまだ早い。
Fine, buy it now and try it again in 50 years. How can you be too young to wear a hat? Here, how do you like this one?
キャスケット？
Oh, you know what they're called?
ええ、小さい頃これなら似合うかもって見てたことあったし。
Well, how does it feel now that you've got one on? It suits you even more than the other ones, if you ask me.
もう、さっきから似合ってるしか言ってないじゃない。
What? Is it wrong? Because it's true. They all look good on you. And I'm not just flattering you, I really mean it.
本音だとしても、私のこと照れさせて、何が狙いよ。
Because that challenge went both ways. You're way too hung up on that. Well, anyways, you do think that casquette looks pretty cute, don't you?
それは、まあ。
Cool. I'll go ahead and buy it for you as a present.
なんで？
Why? Because I think it looks good on you, and because I want to give you a present.
ありがとうございます。
No problem. Give me a minute. I'll go pay for it. Alright, here you go.
私も何か初めにプレゼントしたいんだけど、何かない？
Yes, just hold my hand the normal way and we'll call it even. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'll let you know if I see something I like. Besides, her present is off the top of her head, because it's a hat.
そっか。それじゃあ、これ大切にするね。
She hugs the bag with the casket to her chest, smiling more joyfully than I've ever seen her smile before. Seeing her this happy brings a smile to my face as well. Why don't you wear it for the rest of our date then?
そうしたいのは山々だけど、せっかくプレゼントしてくれたものをなくしたくないから。
Unless it's windy, I don't think that'll be a problem. It'd be a shame if you never wore it, though.
もう少し寒くなったら、登校するときに使わせてもらうわ。
Yeah, that'd be great.
じゃあ、今度西の方行こう。私の方はもう十分だから。
Okay, fair warning though, I tend to take a long time when I go shopping.
はじめと一緒にいられる時間は退屈しないし、こうやって一緒に物を見るのも楽しいから、構わないわよ。
Alright, then let's stop by the electronics department first. I was thinking of buying a takoyaki pan, then maybe a new smoker too.
急に目が輝き出したわよ。
Way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Are they? That's a little embarrassing.
それだけ楽しんでるってことでしょ。
As she squeezes my hand, I set off along the pathway at a leisurely pace to give her room to keep up. Afterwards, our date passed by in a blink of an eye as we wandered about the mall. Good date. Worked out nicely.
Ah, 楽しかった。
I agree. That was a whole lot of fun. And I think that's probably a good place to stop this episode. I actually went a little bit farther than I intended to, but I wasn't really sure how long the date was going to be. And I don't know, it felt like we could squeeze a little bit more in there, much like we were squeezing Yoshino's hand. But yeah, that was a cute first date. Even though they were both jumping to conclusions, I'm still hung up on the whole conversation when they were planning. It's like, we could cuddle. Cuddle. That was an interesting choice by the translation team. I got a good laugh out of that. How dare they have the audacity to cuddle. Scandalous. Although I guess maybe that could be translated a few different ways, I don't know. I do wonder where else we can go from here though, because it kind of seems like the only quote-unquote conflict that we had was maybe getting past the hurdle of Yoshino being able to admit her feelings and be honest with herself, and it feels like for the most part we're past that. She's still got some residual hang-ups, but I mean, she's not going to change overnight, or even over a series of weeks apparently. But I don't know what else we can really have as a source of conflict or anything like that. But you know what, that's fine. Maybe they can just relish their romance and leave it at that. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, I am one half of the Bridge Boys, signing off.